Hello, good evening, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday, this week featuring Oxygen Not Included. Last week I failed in not killing any of my dupes, but I'm going to try again this week. And my, do I have a project in mind. So, for reasons known only to past Foxwine and not current Foxwine, I saved off sitting in the very middle of my base for some reason. And I'm getting a warning about a toilet being out of order, but I don't actually see a notice on any of my toilets saying that they're broken. Lavatory ready. 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 And ready. I don't know about this whole out of order thing. I'm just going to ignore it, I guess. But yes, last week the main project was beginning to mine out this sort of area around here, partially for coal, which I am a bit short on, and partially for algae, which I am massively short on. And I had found this very large ice biome here that I don't actually know what to do with. However, I do have plans for this ice biome down here. Despite being so much smaller, it's very close to several sources of water. So I have every intention of using it to power some oxygen making. The first thing, of course, is to completely clear any and all salt out of this area so that this steam vent here will only produce clean water. I do have this saltwater geyser over here, so I will probably be setting up some sort of saline, I will be setting up some sort of separation procedure over here. But the general idea is to take the water from here and later on from here, pump it through past these wheezeworts to cool it down nicely, and then use it to power a bunch of oxygen-making machines. So that is the general idea of what I intend to be up to tonight, but who knows what the dupes will get up to on my behalf or without it. Last week I did lose a dupe, and unfortunately it was one of my two diggers, which is a problem because now I only have one digging person with any heavy proficiency. So that is a problem, definitely. But we shall see what the game provides in that area. And also I'm going to want to go down here and get this door open at some point. Although it is not necessary for my plans, I still haven't really found a good source of ongoing, like, hydrogen. There's pockets of hydrogen, but there's nothing producing hydrogen, so powering things like powering this anti-entropy thermonullifier machine is a little difficult. We'll see if my oxygen producer makes a surplus, I guess. But in the meantime, this all is my primary concern. Which means I should really check my priorities. Oh. Okay. We want 7s. I want 7s on the clearing this out in here. Admittedly, the way I have things set up, only 2 people can work down here at a time because I only have 2 suits leading to this area, but... And I did not leave room for a 3rd suit, because I'm smart. So that's an ongoing thing. I'm also trying to clear out this chamber. This is my natural gas geyser, and by the time it goes active again, I would really like to have this all be vacuum in here, rather than polluted air. That would be very convenient for me. But yes, how is the mining operation going up here? It is continuing. As we have algae and coal all up here, and I want it. I will eventually explore more, but I'd like to set up the situation a bit better. Which does mean trying to figure out where I'm going to put my oxygen making machine. I was putting it here. I was actually laying out everything right in this area. And then I found this geyser, which was completely buried. And that plan had to go straight out the window. Now I'm gonna have to admit I have very little idea of exactly where to put the machine. I can't go too far this way because then we start breaking into the chlorine, which I would prefer not to have that all in my machine. Okay, where is all that clean water coming from? Oh, it's the melting ice. Okay. Never mind then. Everything's fine. If I end up needing this water, I end up needing this water. But yeah, they're getting on this project apace. I forget now why I broke into this chlorine this way. Oh, right, because to build up this side I have to go from underneath. Because I don't want to drop all this polluted water down into this area. You know what, while I'm at it, let's enable harvest of the one that they can reach. Well, the one they will be able to reach. If I just do that. Hopefully, once this whole ladder system is built, they'll be able to reach that last square there. Hopefully. Okay, that's pretty much cleaned out in there. We want all the... Well, there's still one block left, but I want all the debris gone. At priority. I don't actually think they can reach up here, so that's gonna have to wait for just a bit. I think what I'm going to have to do... Yeah, like that. Ooh, I hear the shing of a new arrival, possibly. New printables are available. Oh. Well, that Jean would be perfect if it weren't for a couple of problems there. Decreased athletics is not great, and the destructive reaction when stressed is very bad. That is a pity, because having that much digging already would have been so useful. But I guess I'm just not that lucky this time. Too bad. I guess I'll take the bomb lily. I don't actually have any place to grow it, but... Building lacks resources. I bet that's... Oh, it's not the one I thought it was. Well, let's turn that off. We'll let carbon dioxide build up a bit more in here. Partially I'm processing the carbon dioxide, and partially I've been pumping it over into this enclosure for my slicksters. However, there have been some problems with the slicksters. They've been reducing, and I don't know why. There's lots of carbon dioxide here. It's just massive amounts of carbon dioxide. And yet, I lost all my slicksters. And I don't know why they died. It's all very confusing. Well, at least we are gathering the algae and stuff from over here now. Mostly the algae. Consumable ore. Okay, I've got 5.2 tons of coal. That's very good, because the coal generators are pretty much the power source for the base right now. So, definitely got things going on. I just ran this ladder down here just to open up visibility down this way, but nothing too exciting in this area, I must admit. Although there is another puft down here, which is good. I need more pufts. I have this area all set up to be dropping off pufts so that they can consume the polluted air that I am building up in here specifically for their use. And produce slime for me, which becomes algae and more polluted water to produce more polluted air, and just to keep the cycle going. I am still mainly relying on algae for my oxygen production. I would like to change that, but I really need to capture the water sources down here to do that. And I really do need to figure out how much space does a saltwater converter actually need, and where is it? I would have expected it to be in stations, but apparently not, so maybe it's in plumbing? No? Refinement, maybe. There it is, desalinator. Remove salt from brine or salt water, producing water. And that, how much space does that need? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks across and 3 blocks high. And I bet you produce heat when you're working. I bet you do. Well, generally speaking, once I've gotten this all encased, I will build an encasement for this area, hopefully without breaching down into those poka shells, because I do not want to deal with them. But yes, I've been avoiding breaching into this area while I deal with this one. But generally speaking, I have enough water to be suiting my needs from this and from reprocessing my polluted water. So it's my intention to use basically all 3 of these water sources down here to power. Let's see, my design calls for 5 electrolyzers, which should be more than enough oxygen for my whole base system to run from. From, on, around. I'm not sure of the exact of the correct word to use there. I've been having quite a word month, honestly. I am participating in National Novel Writing Month, which is a challenge that starting on November the 1st to write 50,000 new words before the end of the month on the 30th. Well, the end of the 30th at the end of the month, basically. And I have been keeping myself at just barely above par, but I must admit that I am starting to dry up a little bit. I'm still producing words, but my plots, they are not advancing. They are not going. It goes around in circles, and I'm repeating myself. Overheated. What is overheated where? Coal generator. The coal generator is overheating? Okay, yes, it's pretty warm in there, but it's not molten. You know what? I'm going to turn down the fuel request. We're going to make this 40% instead of 50. You know what? I'm going to do that for the other one as well. We'll turn that one. Whoop. Okay, fine. You're going to be 35. That's where you want to be. If that's where you want to be, I guess that's where you're going to be. But yeah, it's toasty in there, but it's not. I don't see how it's hot enough to be damaging the generator, honestly. Okay, how are things going down here? Yeah, that continues to bother me. My people keep catching slime lung, which I'm okay with because it's not really deadly anymore. A long time ago in the game's prehistory, slime lung was a major health risk problem, but it's not really so much of a problem anymore. But they take off their helmets to sneeze, which, you know, they're in anaerobic environments here. They can't actually breathe down here. This whole chamber is full of carbon dioxide. Don't take off your helmet to sneeze when you can't breathe. This whole area is a mess. I had a water lock here, but then I accidentally broke it, and now everything is just all over. And this is a whole situation I don't really want to deal with, so you know what? I am going to put a deodorizer right here, because that way they can reload it without having to step through the turnstile. It's a bit messy through these regions just because of the polluted water. But I'm not willing to get rid of the polluted water, so it's going to continue very messy, I'm afraid. And speaking of which, I am wanting a ladder to go up here, and I want to dig out that one square there. But yes, I'm not going to completely uncover this geyser steam vent and let it become active before I get this room completed. And I can just sort of build the salt room off of this room once the walls are in. Is the current idea. The main trick at this point is figuring out how to build this stuff without uncovering the geyser, and also without breaking into this salt water and dumping it into the ice area. So I think I might be going about things slightly sideways on that one. What I'll do is have them breach into this area. And just build a nice little bit of floor right there. Oh, no, wait, not there. Not there. We want floor. Okay, uproot that, thank you. Man, I really wish I had a second heavy digger. Unreachable, it says. Why is it unreachable? Okay, I understand why this one is unreachable. And I can fix that fairly easily. Just scooch a ladder to there. Yeah, just like that. I don't understand why when... Okay, now suddenly it's reachable again, and I don't understand. Why is... Okay, unreachable dig. Is there actually anything there behind it? There is nothing behind it. Forget that. They can just climb it that way. Ooh, new printables. A digger? Okay. They're both destructive. That makes me unhappy. Oh, and this meep has irritable bowel and noodle arms? Absolutely not. A destructive pacifist. That's great. This Nisbet will not be joining us. I'm just gonna take another bomb lily seed. But yes, the idea is I will eventually breach into this area and I'll build a pump. Well, I'll dig this bit out here and I'll put a pump down here. And there will be a pump down here. And this one is way more complicated, honestly. I think maybe just dig out this bit in the middle and put the pump down here. I think. I don't know why that one bit of ladder was considered an unreachable build when everything else is considered reachable here, but apparently what do I know? Yes, I know we have insufficient oxygen generation. I'm trying to do something about that. If only I'd built more than 2 suits in that spot. Okay. We do have LJ two-hand up here. that we can actually reach. I'm just gonna cancel this one because I don't want to build over to it. And another ice biome that I don't know what to do with. Still got lots of coal. Ah, well. I mean, if I move everything to the right here, like if I move the walls and the ladder and everything to the right here, I would be able to put in another suit. I mean, possibly I should be allowing more space and putting in poles and stuff. But yeah. Let me just use my most plentiful material of igneous rock. And let's see, if we run down this way and across here, I gotta admit I don't love that, but like this, maybe, and like that. And like this. I'm not thrilled about this, but I have time to work it out. Okay, like this. And that gives me just enough space to go through here without breaking into this chamber full of poke shells. And no, wait. I'm not doing this to be pretty. I'm just trying to use my space as efficiently as I can. Like this, maybe? Yeah, that'll work, I think. The main difficulty is where to put the door. I think the only good place is here. I'm not entirely thrilled about putting the door there, but it seems to be the best place given the circumstances. just make a tunnel like so. Pity about that wheat, but I guess. And you know what? Let's just, yeah, like that. And then that's too high there. And I confuse myself. And this is like that. So the ladder goes to there. And then there's a ladder. It goes to there, I guess? And this gets uprooted somehow. And this is definitely going to breach the chlorine, alas. Okay, make like that. Sure, that'll be terribly inefficient. It's perfect. And then I want to dig that. And like that. And a ladder like this. And oh boy. Okay, and like this. And then like that. And like that. Oh boy. And up. Why is nobody uprooting this plant? My plan relies on that plant not being there is the problem. Can nobody reach that plant? Oh, it's, yeah, Okay, fine. We won't uproot the plant. We will cancel that uprooting. We'll just... build in the spot. That's a thing that's happening now. And currently, yes. There are complaints that there is insufficient oxygen generation, but that's mainly because it's calculating to try to fill everything in this that is open in this area and all the way up here and all that's open up here, when I really only need oxygen in the base. And the base is still beautifully oxygenated. Also, good evening, Loppy. Welcome. I lurked your stream this afternoon, but I didn't have time to talk. I had a lot of things that needed to be done today. But yes, the base itself still has enough oxygen. So the contained areas are still good. So, I mean, this area looks awful, but it's doing its job. It's feeding this puffed. The puffs are marvelous creatures because they bring in, they eat polluted air, and they excrete slime, which I can then convert into algae, which becomes oxygen. And the process of converting the slime creates more polluted water, which creates more polluted oxygen to feed the puffed. And I need more puffs. By a convoluted process and with my assistance, yes, Loppy. There are fancy ones. Like there's a puffed prince down here. He eats air and he poops out a thing called oxalite, which is actually a stone that bubbles out clean oxygen. But when it comes down to it, puffed princes are very difficult. So I'm just leaving him be. My main problem here is that I have like a bunch of puffs, but they're all in the clean areas of the base rather than where I want them to be in here. But I'm going to have to wait until they lay eggs before I can fix that problem. Yeah, puffs are puffs are just something else, honestly. This puffed prince is 72 cycles old. But it's quite difficult for me, particularly to capture flying creatures. I don't know what bait to use for any of them. So I've settled for gathering the eggs and then releasing the babies into the area that I want them. And as you probably heard me babbling as you came in, the main project right now is capturing, containing, and converting all of the water in this area into oxygen. And not building more than I need to. But yes, this thing here is a cool steam vent. It puts out steam, which becomes water. This thing here is a steam vent. It puts out steam, which becomes water. This thing here is a saltwater geyser. It spews salt water constantly. I will need to convert the salt water to make it useful to me, but the dupes can actually use salt to cook with, which is the only use I know of for salt. So, I don't really love the idea of the energy that it's going to take, but I'm hoping that my oxygen making machine that I'm going to build is going to produce enough surplus power to run all 3 pumps and the saline converter. New printables! Anybody useful? Anyone at all? Okay, let's see here. Stress reaction of ugly crier and of binge eater, so that's not terrible. I really need a digger, which means I think I might take this Rowan It's quite bad that he has decreased germ resistance because my people keep catching slime lung. But I really need a digger. I accidentally killed one of my diggers last week. So I have concerns, but I think I'm going to be taking this Rowan. Welcome, Rowan. Please don't be too horrible for everything. Okay, let's get my butt up here. Rowan! You will immediately start learning digging. And here, have the digger hat. And Otto has a skill point, and he can definitely learn things. Look at that. So much green! So, we're going to give him another level of doctoring, which he's going to need now that we have that Rowan. Okay, and we're going to adjust the schedule. The new Rowan is going to be joining Ellie in Schedule 2 so that she feels less alone. And as long as he's not sharing a room with Ellie... Whose bed is this? This is Harold's bed and Otto's bed, so this shall be Rowan's bed. I have everyone divided across 3 shifts so that there's only one person using a bedroom at a time. And also so that I didn't have to build quite so many things. Like I've built 4 bathrooms here and 4 showers, and the way that works is that since I have them on 3 schedules and the ultimate goal is to have 12 dupes, that way this is the maximum number that I will ever need. And this sink has gotten broken by processing dirty water. I know that is what happened. I'm going to turn up the priority on this just to get it back to functional. And there's our new Rowan, who is already going and repairing the sinks. Good boy. And then he gets to learn, and the reason why I'm zoomed in here, I love their faces when they put on their hats. Oh! They're adorable little faces. And he's going to go and repair the other sink. Alright, life is good. Well, not good since the sinks keep breaking, but at least it's the sinks. Now, I should set up something up here for them to do. I mean, there's this, but only so many people can work on that at a time. You know what? I think what I want them to do is explore further to the left here. So, where is there a good gap for them to go? Right here, actually. Here is good. We'll see what's over that way. Eventually. Going up is a little bit of a pain in the butt here. Navigation is going to be an issue. I'm trying not to breach into too much of the really poisonous sort of gases. But actually, come to think of it, I can cancel this. No, wait, I can't cancel that one. But I can cancel those other two. Why have them do more labor than is really necessary? That is the question. Oh, some wolframite. Nice. Hopefully I'll remember that's there when comes time I need that. Wolframite is, as far as I can remember, the best insulator in the game. So if you have things that are going to have to endure a massive amount of heat, you want to either build them out of wolframite or you want to build the walls around them, the insulated walls around them, out of wolframite, because that will be the absolute best insulator. And actually, come to think of it, that is a thing that I can do with one of my ice zones. I am eventually going to have to start making plastic. And the plastic making machine kicks out an immense amount of heat. So possibly building it inside an ice zone with a bunch of wheezeworts around it might be a good idea. Because wild wheezeworts, I don't have to fertilize those, and they put out large amounts of cold air. Like, they chill the air around them very strongly. So I might be able to use this pack of wheezeworts to make my plastic machine be a bit cooler, perhaps. In any case, back to the project. Let's set some priorities here. You know, come to think of it, I don't actually have to go through here. I don't have to go through here at all. I can just go around the backside. Okay, I can just go around clockwise here. I'm already setting up to do that. I need to build this enclosure here anyway. Aha! So I didn't have to muck around with this at all. Oh well. Right. I only feel mildly foolish. Okay. Making sure I mark the right things as 7s. I don't want to mark anything that they wouldn't be able to reach as a 7. There. Seven is good. 7 is they will get to it, but I still have 3 more levels of emergency in case I need them. But yeah. I guess that it would probably be easiest to build my saline machine around this area. And yeah, I guess the oxygen machine is going to have to go in this zone somehow. I'm honestly not sure if I have the height. Tricky and irksome. But yeah, the only other choice is to build it on top of the natural... Oh, my natural gas geyser is turned back on. Switch that sucker back to natural gas. Let's get that pump going. I need the electricity. But yeah, the only other nearby enough place to put it would be around here. But that would breach everything that's going on down here with the chlorine and the hydrogen and everything into this area, which is directly connected to the outside of my base. And I don't want to be doing that. I really don't want to be doing that unless I absolutely have to. Ah, gotta love how they're going sideways instead of down. Ah, well, that's what I asked them to do. We'll find out what's over here. Somewhat. The main problem here is that the commutes have become so long that they get to where they're going and then immediately turn around and go back. So I think what I should do... I can't reduce the commute there, unfortunately, but I can make the trip back faster. So... where is it? There it is. Fireman's pole. Going up. Too far up. There we go. And which side is better? Actually, right here is better. Whoop. And then whoop, little bit too far there. There we go. Actually, I should have put that on top. Let's... there. Ta-da! That'll keep them busy for a bit. Especially building this portion. They're not going to have a lot of fun building this portion. Perhaps I should make it a little easier for them. Let's, there. That should make things a little better, at least for getting back. Unfortunately, it won't make getting there any faster. And I may well have to install some suits here because we are starting to get into more airless environments here. I will worry about that later. I'm still much more concerned with all that's going on down here. Because unfortunately I can only have 2 people working here at once, and there's so much to do. move it all into storage. This is a priority. I don't want any salt in here. I am not 100% sure how it works in this game, but if it comes even halfway close to real life, if I put water on that salt, I'm going to end up with salt water, and I don't want to have to process more salt water than I absolutely have to. And I probably should have allowed room for a fireman's pole around this area as well, but well, I have some room. I can put in partial poles. I can put in a pole there. Whoop. And a pole here. And cancel that, thank you. That'll make things a little better. Oh, but it's gonna release the saline. Oh. I did not allow enough room here. Everybody keeps catching slime lung. But yeah, this is a huge project, and I'm going to make it even bigger. Unfortunately, I don't see much choice for building the oxygen machine than to build it over here and upwards where I have space. Even though that means cutting into the chlorine areas, which, no fun. No fun at all. But yeah, so many things to do, and mostly all for me to do is just to wait for them to do the things I've asked them to do. Wow, this area looks pretty solid over here, actually. Solid phosphorite. Well, I can certainly make use of some phosphorite, so I'm not complaining. Oh, and they've already got this channel dug out. Excellent. Oh, I am going to be releasing the chlorine with this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give them some suits for this area, too. Feh. I don't like spending all the power, honestly. Ah, well. I think I'm going to put 3 suits in on this side, just because. And this area looks to be the best candidate, I suppose. So, stations. I need a checkpoint, which points that away. And yeah, there. And 1, 2, 3 suits. I'm going to create tile floor. And tile ceiling. And airlock. And now the joy of figuring out how to run all the pipes and wiring. Ugh. Okay. Where is my nearest not overloaded circuit? Far, far away. So very far away. Wait a minute, why is that circuit inactive? Oh, because the pipe was full. Okay. 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 I'm going to hook the new ones into the circuit that I'm running the natural gas thing off of. Which means I am going to want a wire bridge, maybe? No, wait, I don't need one. There already is one. Up through here, and through here, and... Now that is not what I drew at all. Across here... and plug in, and then cancel the ridiculousness that it drew in for me over here. Okay, power was slightly easier than expected. Oxygen. This is the system that I have for the others. So I just need to get it over onto the other side of this natural gas pipe. Wait, it's already over on the other side of the gas pipe, except, oh. Well, okay, I guess this is a thing that's happening now. Oh, this feels really weird to do, but... Whoop. No, not up that way, up this way. And... Yeah, okay. There. I'm not enthused about running it like through the ladder like that, but it's the best way to get a straight line. I just hope that they can reach this portion. Well, if they can't, I will figure that out somehow. But yeah, that should take care of that. And I will be wanting 1, 2, 3 suits, which is 900. I have 100. I need 800. 800 iron. So... eight iron. Aha! Math. You know what? I'm going to make a full 10, and I'll have extra for whatever I need extra for. I'm going to tell myself that I feel good about this. And this is all fairly important, so I'm actually going to... not 4, 8. I want this to be 8, not 4. Why did you say 4? And like that, and all these things. And dig out that square so you can reach that. Which will probably be a door eventually, someday, but... okay, they will get right on that. And a circuit is overloaded. Okay, I know that there's insufficient oxygen generation by the oxyferns. That's why I'm still feeding algae into everything. Invalid construction location. Well, yes, there is an invalid construction location when you haven't built the floors yet. Harold, why are you asleep there? Harold, don't tell me you're stuck there. How could you possibly be stuck there, Harold? I'm very confused here. I don't understand how Harold could possibly be stuck in the spot that he's sleeping in. He's not stuck in the place that he was sleeping in. So why on earth was he sleeping there? Harold, tell me why. Harold, speak to me. Reveal to me why, Harold. He's not going to tell me. Also, is that hydrogen? Is that a little bit of pink there? How did that get there? I'm imagining things. I saw nothing. I saw nothing. I'm imagining it. Okay. Okay, obviously nothing is wrong. Because if something were wrong, someone would have told me, right? Flooding. Oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. That's non-functional. Somebody went in here. I'm willing to bet that's how a bit of hydrogen got into the base, because I built these very inefficiently. Unfortunately, I also built the base really tight, so there's not really any room to, say, put a fireman pole in next to this ladder. If I move everything over, I could put in a fireman ladder here. But would it really be worth it for such a short distance? Besides being funny? Okay, I am considering another dupe. We have a destructive, an ugly crier, and a vomiter. Setting aside the destructive one, who is also narcoleptic. Impressive. Let's see, we have a Nails, whose interest is in building, researching, and cooking, but with noodle arms. And a Gossman, whose interests are in supplying and suit wearing, who has increased athletics but snores. Now, because of the system that I've set up, the fact that she snores is absolutely not a problem. As long as she doesn't share a room with anyone who's on the same shift as she is, it's no big. It's no problem. So we are in fact going to take this Gossman because her negative trait isn't actually a negative in my situation. Ha 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 ha! And we'll take a quick pause here. Gossman has a point. Gossman is putting that point in improved carrying immediately. Come to think of it, I did not set the priorities on Rowan. That was a bad oversight on my part. Okay, priorities. Let's close the printing pod. Priorities. Rowan. Your prime priority is digging. And that is about it for you, boy. Gossman, you are supplying, you are storing, you are tidying. But mostly you're supplying. And schedule. Who do we have in this bedroom? Whose cot is this? This is Devon's cot, and this is Steve's cot. So... Schedule 2. Schedule 2 is where Gossman is going. And then this shall be her bed. Now we're nicely evened out, and I'm only going to be taking more dupes if they're really spectacular. We've pretty much got the needs covered. We have 3 full bedrooms. We have room for 3 more people, but, you know, I can take my time choosing, making up my mind, doing the thing. So I am currently really proud of the fact that I set up this 3 schedule system and made sure that I've arranged people so that only 1 bedroom is being used at a time. Like only one person, like one bed in each bedroom is being used at a time, which works out beautifully. And she can just take whichever table she wants in the mess hall. She's already hard at work, and so hard at work I can't even find her. Where is she? I have no idea. I hope... There she is! There she is! She's supplying! She's doing her job! Look at that! And come to think of it, you know, I do not actually need this bit of ladder anymore. Oh, look at them get to work. That's beautiful. I kind of love how they've built all the doors first. It's kind of hilarious just seeing this one door that is basically hanging in space. There's nothing holding this door up. It's magically doing its thing in defiance of all gravity. But yes, now all but one of the routes out of the base are covered by suits. There's this one spot down here at the bottom. This whole section here, there are no suits here, but they can't actually leave this. They can't climb this high, so they can't actually get out of this pool. But this is the only exit from the base that does not have suits to get out. And we're doing very nicely here. I can see that I've caused a problem, however, which I can easily fix. Whoops! Didn't mean to put that there. I said cancel. And just gonna prioritize that while I'm at it. Oh, that's unreachable. Okay, I changed my mind. You get a ladder going all the way up because you are precious little beings who can't reach that corner for some reason. Okay. We have power running to them. We have oxygen running to them to an extent. Oh, this is going to take a while. It would appear that my oxygen production is... Ah, I see. Well, the problem will solve itself as time passes, and honestly, it's going to take them a while to build the suits, so there is time for this problem to take care of itself. Supplying so many suits with a single, with just two with just two of the oxygen makers might be a little ambitious. But as far as it goes, it is happening. There will actually be something resembling a decent amount of oxygen in there by the time they finally build the suits, I think. Insufficient iron. They haven't even made all the iron yet. It was saying it didn't have any water, which is odd. Okay, so let's deliver a suit and deliver a suit. They still haven't built this one, so by building this whole projection, I accidentally cut them off from everything that's over here. So hopefully I didn't trap anybody. I do not appear to have trapped anybody on this side of where everything's supposed to be. I don't see any of the little fools out here. So yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Awaiting coolant. Why are you not receiving water? Where is the water? Why is the water? Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Is coming. It's extant water. Water is happening. It's fine. It's just a little slow. It's fine. It will fill up. Just like these will fill up eventually. Maybe running the system the way that I have been is not the most efficient, but I've still got a problem with the polluted water, admittedly. Pipe blocked. Okay. So this pump is only providing to the sinks? Why did I set it up that way? Choices. I've made a few. I remember why I did it this way, but I'm just, oops. But basically the idea was that the purifier would provide the majority of the water for the toilets and so on. And due to reasons, I have managed to make it so that the pump is only providing water to the sinks, and the purifier is doing the water for all the showers, and for the sinks, and for the machine over here, and a bit of a goof. A little bit of a goof on my part. Because the pump should be providing the water for the showers. That is, it ought to be. I can fix this relatively easily, I think. What I can do is this, deconstruct that. And once that's deconstructed, just attach that there. And then deconstruct this nubbin that's going on here. And that way the pump is also providing water to the showers. Admittedly, this means the polluted water is going to be going into the showers as well, but I'm running out of polluted water, I hope. So this is also a problem that's going to be fixing itself. I hope. Although I appear to be having electricity issues. Oh, because they can't get at the coal? Oh no. You little freeloaders! Why are you not producing the coal that I need? This base can't run without power. Yeah, enable that building. Oh, this is going to be very unfortunate. I'm going to be trying to power the base on a single running wheel. Because without power, they can't go to where the coal is to get it. Oh, I don't have any coal. I have no coal. There's 0 coal. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Except that they can't get to it because the suits. This feels really weird to do, by the way, to put a yellowy alert on turn that building off. Somebody deactivate that building so people can go get the coal. at some point deliver that suit. Go, go, go! Cole! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Go, go, go! 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 Okay, the coal's there, it's just not, accessible yet. Come on, people! Go! Get that coal! Yes, yes, carry it back to the base. We need that coal so bad, Ellie. Run, Ellie! Go! Go! Get that sucker straight into the machine. There, ooh, there we go. Power! Okay, we're just gonna leave the running wheel on for just a little bit since we only have the one machine. Let's have a look at what we have in the blueprints, shall we? Okay, so we have a binge eater, a vomiter, and an ugly crier. No destructive ones this time. The Lyra is interested in researching, doctoring, and cooking, and has increased excavation, but she'll get stressed out if you teach her that. She's narcoleptic with noodle arms. Not good. Not good at all. Alright, and we have Liam, who is interested in doctoring. We already have 2 doctors, though. He has diver's lungs, and he cannot dig at all. And we have an Abe, who is interested in digging, building, and cooking. Has mole hands for extra excavation, but he has decreased athletics. Which means he's slow, and given that everything's so far away, that is a problem. And then there's a care package of 8 Paku. You know what, let's take the Paku. This is going to be hilarious. They're going to flip-flop themselves to somewhere. I'm just not sure where. See, they're fish. Fish want water. Well, they are flip-flopping their way. They've made it down a level. If they manage to live to this ladder, they will land in water. Will they make it? They're on their way. They're nearly there. Go, fish, go! Geronimo! I now have Paku, and they're wild, so I don't have to feed them. They can just be down there. Have fun, little Paku. What the? Why? Why is there clean water? Why is there clean water in my polluted tank again? Where is it coming from? Where could it possibly have come from? And why is there so much of it? I don't understand. I've got a purifier right here. Well, not a purifier. I've got a filter right here. Admittedly, it didn't have power for a bit there, but... Where did so much clean water come from? Oh no, this is terrible. My puft is going to start to starve again. Oh, it's awful. Why does this keep happening? Well, I guess it turns out that I should not have deconstructed everything to do with my temporary holding tank at all. I'm so mad. Okay, liquid filter. Let's see. Here. The pipe that goes there. And a vent. And a pipe that goes there. And I'm not going to build the rest of the pipe until I've got things together. You know what? I will build a liquid bridge here. No, here. Like so. And run that pipe in there. And power. Honestly, I don't know, and I'm not sure if I currently care. I'm just gonna hook the pump into that, and I'll hook that into that. And I'm putting a pump here for reasons. And yeah, run a pipe from here. And how am I going to do this? Oh, I know. I'll just run it across here. And green side up here. Like so. Pipe, I said, in there, and hilariously going to bridge this as well, like so. I no longer care about how any of this area looks. Okay. And power. I'm running this wire like this so that I can put a switch right there. And that leaves one section of pipe to be built after all the rest of that is built. Yep. And apparently this is now going to be a permanent installation. Because somehow clean water keeps ending up in here. And I don't want clean water in here. I'm so annoyed. How did this happen? Is this set to clean water? Is that the problem? No, it is set only to polluted water. That is not the problem. And this one is set only to clean water, so it is not the problem. Speaking of water. Mopping. Okay, and I was working on that coal. How is that going? I see. Okay, okay. I can deal with this. I am not losing my mind. Definitely gonna need more coal when this area is tapped out. More coal, more coal. Wait, that's coal. That is coal. That's a big thing of coal. That's a geyser. Okay. What is it a geyser of? Please say it's hydrogen. Well, we will find out eventually. Okay. In the meantime, priority 8. This is why I set all that stuff down in the basement up to 7, so that I could do things like this. Priority 8 on this whole mess. Okay. Oh, wait. Yep, okay. 9 on the coal. The coal is most important. 8 on the water thing. The puffed will not starve soon. It's got a lot of polluted air to work its way through. But this problem needs to be fixed again. And you know what? Cancel. Whoop! I did not mean to cancel the whole pump, but okay, I can deal with this. Pump. Power. Doing it like this so that I can put a switch on it, since apparently this is going to have to be a permanent installation now. Can you turn switches? No, you cannot. That had better work. Okay. And then priority 8 on this mess that I've just created here. Yep, thank you. Honestly, what have I done to deserve all this? Speaking of things that I deserve, shipping. Let's see. Auto sweeper. If I put it here. Well, apparently if I put it here. Oh, I see. I am running low on metals. Still got a lot of copper ore though, so... What do you mean bong? Copper ore. I have 39 tons of copper. Let's set up a nice big process. There we go. I need some more refined metal. And I actually need to cancel this one because I don't want it made out of iron. Okay, I am calm. Calm blue oceans. Calm blue oceans are mine. Nothing is going wrong. The base is not dying. We're not absolutely running out of power. This looks like a lot of coal over here. My concern is that it's attached to a pocket of something awful. But we'll find out. Since my hatch are not producing coal at the rate that I expect of them, why not? You're well fed, you're cared for. You should be making coal for me. But yeah, I went to all the trouble of building all this. And now emphatically not using it because I don't have the time. Or the resources. Why is there so much clean water in here? Why has this happened? It wouldn't be as much of a problem if clean water were heavier than polluted water. If I still had the polluted water on top, making all that lovely polluted oxygen for the puffed, it would not be as much of an issue as it currently is. I am just appalled at how much clean water there is in here. How did this happen? I only looked away for a little while. I don't understand. At least this time I can say that I've learned my lesson, and I am not pumping water into the filter until it's, you know, complete. The whole system, I mean. Complete the liquid filter, set it to filtering, then start pumping the stuff into it, because otherwise it just straight processes And that is how I ended up with polluted water in my clean water tank. You know what? I am going to go and turn down the priority on this stuff. This stuff's going back to 5. This is all going to 5. Because I have metaphorical fires to put out. I don't have time to... I also don't have the power for people to be faffing about down here. If people mostly aren't coming down here, then it will actually give time for the upper suits to get some oxygen in them and fun stuff like that. Going to leave the pickup chore as it is. See, there is actually coal in here. The hatch are producing coal. Just not as much as I expected, honestly. So, priority 9 is gaining this patch of coal, which I have lost because I scrolled in too much. Okay, we've pretty much gotten almost all of the coal from here. And then the priority 8 is on fixing this water thing again. Which means that this expedition over to figure out a way to that coal deposit is priority 7 now. And you know what? Figuring out what's going on up here is also priority 7. Okay, now we have the order the dupes are working in. The dupes know what they are supposed to be doing. The polluted water is everywhere. Okay. The polluted water is being worked out of the system slowly. But yeah, it's causing its own issues, obviously. But yeah, this is an appalling amount of clean water, and I have no idea how it has ended up in here. I have this whole box closed off so that things can't just fall in. So it has to have been while the power was turned off and this pump wasn't working, or the filter wasn't working. But I'm at a complete loss as to where that clean water came from. Like, there's dirty water in the clean water pipes, but there's no clean water in the dirty water pipes. I'm mystified. This is all very confusing to me. And it looks like I should pump a bit more carbon dioxide into the slickster. Let's give the lonely little thing some more food. And this looks odd. It all says crude oil, but why is it white on top? That's weird. Oh, and all this stuff is broken. Why is all this stuff broken? Repair that? Why did that wire break? Do I have somebody who's prioritizing repairs? Is that a possibility that I can prioritize that? Let's see. Life support, toggling, doctoring, tidying, cooking, decorating, researching, operating, farming, ranching, building, digging, supplying, storing. Nothing about repairs. That is unfortunate. Devin, why are you prioritizing digging when you're not good at it? My choices mystify me. Yeah, eventually someone will come and repair that wire, right? And then I will have more refined metal, right? Okay, it's nice and thick in there with carbon dioxide, which is why I turned off the tank. Rowan, thank you! Good lad. There's another broken one. There's... I don't understand. Well, we're gonna prioritize you on the just in case. But Ellie is making some more copper. Excellent. I've gone this long without plastic. I can go longer without plastic, but this is getting ridiculous. This amount of crude oil is not going to make a lot of plastic, is what I'm thinking. As cute as the slickster is, I need to either find more slicksters or I really need to start a plastic farm, but I need a source of hydrogen before I can make a plastic farm. And I don't really want to use an oxidizer for it. I am curious about what's going on down here, but it's a low priority. We're trying to improve living conditions here. Speaking of which, oh, look at that. Okay. Okay. going to set this to water. And then I'm going to build a pipe. And gonna make that priority 8 because, oops, I just made the door priority 8. No biggie. Oh! And someone else is volunteering to join the horror. But first, Harold, what shall you learn? You're going to learn more operating, Harold. Why won't you learn more? Oh, because you need to learn carrying. Okay then. You're going to learn some carrying then. Congratulations, Harold. And Otto, you are in a position to learn something. Some more doctoring for you. The rest of you, as I remember, yeah, you're all just, well, Hassan is a very happy man. Hassan, how about you learn some more operating? And no, Devin won't be learning anything today either. Okay, what have we got? We have Destructive, Ugly Crier, and Ugly Crier. Let's see. Twinkle Toes versus a bottomless stomach. Buff versus a slow learner. Don't actually care about science currently. We have nothing new to learn. I don't even have science stations anymore. We have Interior Decorator versus a Snorer. Can't do building and can't do digging. Why would anyone take this one? Why would anyone take this nails? I mean, the purple streaks are really cute. I will admit the purple streaks are adorable. But, can't build, can't dig. Good at interior decorating, which is a thing that I haven't really been doing. Interested in wearing suits, doctoring, and cooking. Yay, no. We shall be taking some ice. And hopefully quickly tidying that away. Oh, you know what? This is probably where it came from. I'd been storing ice in here to cool the water. I'd been storing ice in this container to cool the water, but it's empty. It melted. That's where all the clean water came from. Well, even if they don't clean up that ice, it's going to end up down here. And that's not a problem to me. That is not a problem to me. Okay, but that does actually explain where all that clean water came from and why it's in basically a column around that storage box. That is the problem. I caused that issue for myself. In fact, I'm just gonna deconstruct that storage bin entirely. No, wait, no, cancel that. Okay. We are only going to store polluted ice in here from now on. Okay. So, how is that coal recovery going? Okay, unfortunately, we have tapped out the coal in this section. And, oh, look at that! I have found the west wall. And a sizable patch of coal that is not attached to a pocket of poisonous gas. Okay, so... and... cross there. Whoop! Cross there. I didn't hold down shift and you see what happens. Okay. Dig all that coal out. It will be mine. And we're just gonna nudge that to priority 6. That is the nearest major deposit of coal, too. Unless this thing somehow magically produces coal, which I doubt. I've still got a considerable way up and down, but apparently I've found my maximum width. Okay. Back to solving my mistakes. Yes? And also, the thing that I was doing before I ran out of refined metal. Auto sweeper. I guess I'm putting it here. I want it here, but I can't without moving the grooming station, which I'm unwilling to do at this point. So here... Whoop! I want another one. Yeah, 2 out from the auto sweeper. Yes. Okay. And... conveyor rail. I'm trying to remember how to do this. I've only done this once before, and that was months ago. Unload solid materials from a conveyor rail into storage. That is not... Conveyor loader, that's what I want. The conveyor loader... I don't know. Do I have to attach these, or... Like, do I have to have one for each? Better safe than sorry. Let's do one for each just in case. And then you attach the conveyor rail to that. And then send that upward. Where am I going? I'm going over there. Okay, upward. Whoop! Over. Upward. And shoot. And cancel the weird little nubbin. And do these have to be hooked up to power? They do. Okay, just gonna hook it into this circuit. Like so. There. The general idea here is to set this whole thing up so that these auto sweepers pick up the coal that the hatch poop out, and then the other machines stuff it onto the conveyor belt, which then takes it up here and dumps it on the floor by the boxes wherein we store coal. That's the idea. Not a very high priority compared to solving the other problems that I created, but a thing that I wanted to do anyway. Now here's a question. Why do I have a liquid bridge here? Why? I mean, I know I probably did that, but I don't know. I don't understand anything that I've been doing tonight. Everything that's been happening tonight has been happening for reasons that I do not know, and I'm getting kind of annoyed. However, progress is being made towards the new coal deposit. That's good. This all is a mess that I refuse to think about anymore. Some definite progress has been made in this area. This all is giving me a concern, but it's very literally contained. And because other things have been happening, it's been slow, but there is progress being made on cleaning out this box. There is no salt up here, so I don't have to worry about this stuff as much as I do this stuff down here, particularly the salt, which is the pink stuff right in the front here. This is emphatically contained by rock. All good. This, I have a few reasons to be concerned because the salt will probably dissolve at some point, but I don't think I have any salt like containing the edges too much. This is the main concern right here. You know what, I'm just gonna make this little section here a higher priority. They'll get to it when they get to it. It's always construction projects. Lots of construction projects to keep the dupes busy. Dupes must be kept busy. An idle dupe is a stressed dupe. Look at that, they're friends! Okay, I've still got 7 tons of algae. They'll be able to breathe for a bit longer. 7 tons of coal is slightly more worrying to me, but we're working on that problem. I believe I've reached the point where I can turn this building back on again. Oh. That does not have to be an emergency. That's just a priority. But yeah, they'll be getting into this coal pretty soon. They're getting the poles built. And actually, all things considered, they don't actually need this pole anymore. They don't need this pole at all. Cancel that pole. I'll just leave that nubbin as a reminder of my foolishness. Just because I have massive amounts of copper doesn't mean I should waste it willy-nilly. Actually, you know what? Delay that. You get a pole that goes to here, and absolutely no further. That's what you get. Alright, look at that. The building's already been turned on. They've got their suits. I don't know why the 3rd suit still hasn't been delivered, but it's being built. It's on the floor over here. I can see it. See, there it is, on the floor. Okay, and here we go. Fixing my mistakes again. Oh, and they're building the conveyor system now. Look at that. That was only priority 5. They've got so much of it in already. You know, I should probably get in there. Blah. Just have them dig out a little corridor here. Get at that stuff. Okay. I'm starting work on processing this water to get the clean water out of the dirty water tank again. And hopefully this tank will be big enough. Because, yeah, there's a lot of water in here, but the idea was to spread it out so that it had lots of surface area and was producing lots of polluted oxygen for the puffs. I mean, look at all of this clean oxygen that's in here now. And all the polluted oxygen that's over here. What the hey? I'm not sure how to deal with this problem. I'll try putting in a deodorizer, I guess. It's going to be down here in the carbon dioxide, though, so I don't know how useful that's going to be. I know exactly why there's so much polluted oxygen in here. It's because of these. I put these in for the carbon dioxide, but now the carbon dioxide has dropped all down here. Like it's dropped all the way down here. But yeah, it means that the polluted air is all escaping in here. Which means that to be properly cautious, I should put an airlock in here. No, I don't want an airlock there. I don't actually want an airlock there, no. Cancel that. Hello, game? I want an airlock here. And a deodorizer here. Mostly I want to keep the polluted oxygen down here. Like, I want to keep it in this layer here, because that's all I got. I'm still not useful sure how useful this deodorizer is going to be, but come on, guys, why are you not delivering that third suit? I asked you to do it ages ago. Aha! They finally mopped. Which means I can deconstruct another piece of this pipe. This is something like progress, I guess? Ah, and here we go. We want consumable or coal. That's it. Consumable or coal. And that should hopefully leave the food for the hatch on the floor for them. But it should suck up the poop and deliver it up here. Okay. Skills. Rowan! Excellent. More digging. More digging for the digger. And Gossman shall learn some more carrying. And we'll get the orange the orange bill carrying hat for her trouble. And blueprints, let's see. We've got 2 vomiters and a binge eater. We have someone interested in farming with shriveled taste buds who can't do science. We have someone interested in ranching and building who is an interior decorator who falls asleep periodically. And someone who is only interested in cooking who has increased strength and is immune to food poisoning and can't do doctoring errands. I admit that I am tempted to take the wren. How many farmers do we already have? Let's check. Let's see. Okay, we have Hassan knows how to farm. And Turner, of course. And that is it. Hassan is already doing so much. Do I take another primary farmer? It would take some burden off of Turner. You know what? We're gonna take this wren. We're gonna take the wren. Welcome, Wren. It's a nightmare here. I'm gonna literally let him land. And let's see, Turner and Steve were the farmers, right? No, not Steve. Hassan and Turner. So we want the wren where Turner and Hassan are not, which means wren goes to Schedule 2. Okay. And wren, learn some farming, boy. You get a nice straw hat to go along with that. And you will prioritize farming above all other things. Okay. Starvation. Who is starving? Rowan! Rowan, why are you starving? Rowan. Rowan, run faster, little man. Don't starve to death. You're so close, Rowan. Oh, except that I diverted him to learn skills. Go, Rowan, go! Food is so close! There you go! Now you're not starving anymore. See, and there Gossman is, snoring away, disturbing no one. I'm so proud of me for coming up with this idea. I didn't steal it from anybody or nothing. Hey, the third suit has finally been delivered. But yeah, have they discovered what this is yet? This is a carbon dioxide geyser? Oh no, that's basically useless to me. Oh, that's so disappointing. I can do precisely jack with this. I can do exactly nothing with this. I have no use for that much carbon dioxide. Okay, there was an emergency there for a moment. What the heck was it? Okay, you know what? Just... yeah, cancel that to there. Okay, we've got 19 tons of coal. We should be okay for a little while. We've got 6.5 tons of algae, which is not as much as I would like, but I am trying to... I got distracted by a bunch of other stuff, but I am hopefully doing something about that. Okay, shipping. I don't know. How do I tell if this has actually moved anything? I don't have the luxury of just sitting around and watching that. Okay, I am fixing the problem that I caused in the polluted water tank again. Puffed, please don't die. You're my only Puffed. Okay, poll is in progress here. This chamber is nearly cleaned out. Excellent. Okay. I feel comfortable putting this back on priority 7, all of this. Building lacks resources. Did I not pause before I started doing this? I didn't pause. I'm smart like a bag of hammers. Okay, because I cannot keep gathering algae. And see, that's exactly what I was worried about. I'm losing salt water here. I'm not going to worry too much about that quantity, but that is exactly what I feared, was that happening. Thankfully, they've got the suits, so they probably won't roast themselves building these walls like I asked, so that we hopefully won't lose any more than we already have. It's at times like this that the fact that that liquids act like gels in this game is actually helpful, because if this water level tried to equalize itself with what's in there, there would be a significant problem. But yeah, I need to get the oxygen machine laid out. That's what I need to do. I hate breaking into the chlorine like this, but I'm just going to build it here. This is the spot where I'm going to build it. And I am going to do that right after my break. Because I've already got things paused. It is the perfect time, and when I come back, I will take my oxygen machine plans and I will start building them. I'm sounding a little unsure because, once again, I'm going to be building it in the mirror form from what I designed it, so that's going to be a fun thing for me to work out as I go. But that is a problem for Foxwine in the near future, not for Foxwine now. So, I'm going to refill my coconut water. I'm going to have a quick stretch and maybe a bio break, maybe run some ads, and I will be back in just a few minutes.